Mod channel move, that's the one I was talking about with Sophia, doing programmatic Sophia recovery of specific channels. HTTP cache, DP tools, Sophia, span DSP, mod flight. So we're looking at a whole bunch of different ones. More options pings. And then you can see we get an invite. So if you take the call ID, or a goodly chunk of it, you can come into our community scripts repo on GitHub and come into the Freeswitch directory, and there's a zipify.sh script. James local var log. Let's see. Freeswitch debug. What am I doing wrong? And then if you grep for the call ID, it will give you all of the log lines and SIP packets related to that particular call. It doesn't look so great because I'm so zoomed in. And that's way too small. Let's try this again. All right, that's a little better. So you can see the Freeswitch log lines interspersed with the SIP packets and see when things happened. You can see commands coming in from eCall Manager and being executed on Freeswitch. Right, so this zipify script is very handy for viewing individual call logs for Freeswitch, especially because you trying to find the original dial plan. All right, so there's the invite, trying, things are happening. No, maybe we don't log it. So this is us, maybe it's not being picked up by zipify. Should be. Well, anyway, you can see that we got a response back. Well, let's see. We should have seen a fetch request for dial plan. Well, anyway.
So the SIP is between the Camilio and Freeswitch.
In this particular instance, the invite, yeah, so if, yeah, this will be interesting to see if this is actually part of the logs. Right, so here's the initial invite. In this case, this is my Camilio IP port because it's on 5060. So my local dev server is an all-in-one server. So yours should look very similar when you start receiving invites. This should be Camilio, or the local IP, port 5060, received from. So there's the invite. And then we send back to Camilio a 100 trying. So now Camilio knows we're alive. Where is it? I'm hoping it checks the... I don't think zipify is picking it up. Anyway, there should be log lines related to it checking the ACLs and seeing that this particular IP, which it got from this X auth IP. So this is my endpoint, my actual phone that's doing the call. So it will check 0.122 against the authoritative list, see that it's there if I've properly configured this, and then check 0.91 against the trusted ACL list. So you can see because that endpoint IP is not in there, we issue a 407. Some people freak out when they see this. This just means, I don't know your IP, give me your username and password instead to verify who you are. Okay, so 407 is not the end of the world, it's fine, it's normal. Okay, so we challenge it. The endpoint says okay. So now it sends the invite again, and you'll notice that this now exists. If the calls aren't going through, check the username and realm first. Make sure that these are set properly. A lot of times this will be some IP address, just because they haven't configured their endpoint properly. Usually they need to set the outbound proxy, or they've set the IP instead of their SIP realm, things like that. So this is a real easy check to see why something's not